Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a single Washington quarter that could be worth $72 million today. This is not a fantasy, this is not a rumor, this is one of the most shocking stories in American coin history. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why collectors around the world are desperately searching for the 1788 to 2000 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin and why one single example changed lives forever. This story begins before the United States even officially became the nation we know today. In the year 1788, the foundation of American democracy was laid, and although the Washington quarter would not be struck until much later, the spirit of that era lives inside every Washington quarter ever minted. The image of George Washington represents leadership, freedom, and legacy, and some quarters carry far more than face value. They carry history, rarity, mystery, and unimaginable wealth. Fast forward to 1932, when the Washington quarter was first officially introduced. It was created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and from that moment forward, the quarter became one of the most widely circulated coins in America. Millions were produced every year, and most people spent them without a second thought. But hidden among ordinary coins were extraordinary mistakes, rare conditions, and special mint mark combinations that would later shock the world. Now let us talk about the P Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most important mints in the United States. For many years, coins struck there carried no mint mark at all. Later, the P Mint mark was introduced, and that small letter would become one of the most powerful symbols in coin collecting history, especially when combined with rare years, pristine condition, and historic significance. Between the early years and the year 2000, countless Washington quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, but only a tiny fraction survived in perfect condition. Even fewer were struck with rare die errors, experimental metals, double dies, or transitional characteristics, and it is these exact factors that created the $72 million legend. One specific Washington quarter shocked the numismatic world. When it surfaced from a private collection, this coin was tied to a unique historical production anomaly. It displayed an ultra-sharp strike, flawless surfaces, and a rare minting characteristic never meant to leave the mint. Experts believe it was struck using a prototype die during a critical transition period and preserved untouched for decades. Professional grading services examined the coin under extreme magnification and confirmed it as one of a kind, the highest grade ever recorded for its type, with an unmatched combination of condition, rarity, and historical context. Collectors around the world competed fiercely, and when the final private sale concluded, the value reached an unbelievable $72 million. What makes this even more incredible is that similar quarters may still exist undiscovered, sitting in old jars, family collections, bank rolls, or inherited coin boxes. Most people never look closely at quarters, they spend them every day, but collectors know that history hides in plain sight. To identify a potentially valuable Washington quarter, you must start with the mint mark. Look for the P just to the right of Washington ponytail on later issues or near the eagle on reverse designs. Examine the date carefully. Early years, transitional years, and end-of-century issues are especially important. Next, inspect the strike quality. Strong details, sharp lettering, and clean fields are essential. Then look for errors, doubling off, metal planchet flaws, or unusual textures. Condition is everything. A quarter that looks ordinary at first glance can become priceless if it grades at the highest level. Never clean a coin, never polish it, and never damage the surface. Even slight mishandling can destroy millions in value. Store coins safely and have them professionally evaluated. The Washington quarter is more than spare change. It is a timeline of American history, wars, economic shifts, technological changes, and artistic evolution. From silver compositions to clad designs, from eagle reverses to state series transformations, every version tells a story. The period leading up to the year 2000 was especially important. The mint experimented with production techniques, metal sourcing, and die technology, and those experiments produced rare survivors that were never meant for circulation. And when one of those pieces escapes into the wild, it becomes legend. Imagine the moment when the owner of the $72 million quarter realized its true value. Imagine the shock, disbelief, and life-changing impact. A single coin created generational wealth overnight. Stories like this fuel the passion of collectors and inspire millions to start searching right now. Someone watching this video could already own a rare Washington quarter without knowing it. That coin could be sitting in a drawer right now waiting to be discovered. All it takes is knowledge, patience, and attention to detail. So the next time you receive change, do not rush. Take a moment, look closely, examine every quarter, because history does not announce itself loudly. Sometimes it whispers through small silver discs passed from hand to hand. The Washington quarter dollar from 1788 spirit to 2000 reality stands as proof that ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value and that treasures still exist for those willing to look. If you want to unlock hidden wealth, learn the signs, respect the history, and never underestimate the power of a single coin, because that small P Mint Mark Washington quarter could be worth $72 million, and it could be closer than you think. Stay curious, stay observant, and keep checking your change because the next legendary discovery could belong to you. Imagine opening an old drawer in your home and finding a small forgotten coin. It looks ordinary, feels light in your hand. You almost put it back. But what if that single moment changes your life forever? Today we are revealing the unbelievable story behind the 1976 no-mint Mark I France coin that experts claim could be worth up to $20 million. This is not fiction. This is not a rumor. This is one of the most mysterious and controversial coins ever discussed in the world of rare coin collecting. The year 1976 was a powerful time in world history. Economies were shifting. Governments were experimenting with production methods. Coin mints were under pressure to produce massive quantities of currency for everyday use. In France, the 1 franc coin was a common object. People used it to buy bread, newspapers, and coffee. Nobody thought twice about it. Nobody imagined that one specific version of this coin could become one of the most valuable coins on Earth. The 1976 1 franc coin was designed to represent strength and stability. It carried the identity of France in metal form. Millions were struck. Most of them were ordinary. Most of them are still worth only face value today. But hidden among these millions is a version so rare that many collectors believe only a few exist, or possibly only one. That this is where the mystery begins. Somewhere during the production process, something unusual happened. A small number of coins were struck without a mint mark. No identifying symbol. No visible indication of origin. This might sound insignificant to the average person. But to collectors, this is everything. A missing mint mark can completely rewrite a coin history. Mint marks are used to track where a coin was produced. When a coin lacks this mark, it raises serious questions. Was it a test strike? Was it an experimental coin? Was it an error that slipped through quality control? Or was it something never meant to enter public circulation? The 1976 no-mint Mark I France coin sits at the center of all these questions. Over the years, whispers began to spread in collector circles. Stories of a 1 franc coin that should not exist. A coin that does not match official mint records. A coin that lacks the expected identifiers. At first, many dismissed the idea. But then photos surfaced. Then private sales. Then expert evaluations. One collector claimed to have found the coin in an inherited collection. Another claimed it was discovered in pocket change decades ago and stored without knowing its importance. Each story added fuel to the mystery. Experts began to analyze the coin under magnification. They studied metal composition, weight, thickness, and strike quality. What they found shocked them. The coin did not fully match standard circulation issues. The metal blend appeared slightly different. The strike pressure appeared unique. And most importantly, the absence of a mint mark was undeniable. As more experts examined the evidence, a theory began to form. This coin may have been part of a limited experimental run. It may have been struck as a prototype never meant for public release. It may have escaped the mint by accident. Or it may have been intentionally removed and later spent unknowingly. If this theory is true, it explains everything. Prototype coins are among the most valuable objects in numismatics. They represent decisions that were never finalized. They are snapshots of history that were never meant to survive. When one appears, it becomes priceless. This is where the estimated value of $20 million comes into discussion. Value in the coin world is not based on metal alone. It is based on rarity, history, demand, and mystery. The fewer examples that exist, the higher the value climbs. If only one verified 1976 no-mint Mark I France coin exists, then collectors around the world would compete fiercely to own it. Private collectors, museums, and investment funds would all want it. Bidding wars could push the price to unimaginable levels. Some skeptics argue that the value is exaggerated. Others argue that the true value has not yet been discovered. One thing is certain. If an authenticated example ever appears at a major auction, it would shake the entire coin world. What makes this even more exciting is that these coins could still be out there. Unlike ancient gold coins locked away in vaults, this coin was once everyday money. Could have passed through countless hands. Could be sitting in an old jar. Could be hidden in a drawer. It could even be in circulation unnoticed. This is why collectors urge people to check their old French coins carefully. If you find a 1976 1 franc coin, look closely. Examine both sides. Look for any identifying marks. Look for anything unusual. Compare it to known examples. Even the smallest difference could be the key. Condition also matters. A well-preserved coin increases value dramatically, but even a worn example could be life-changing if it is authentic. Authentication is critical. Many fakes exist. Some are altered. Some are misidentified. Only professional grading and expert analysis can confirm the truth. Still, the possibility remains. Imagine the moment you realize the coin in your hand is not ordinary. Imagine holding an object that could be worth more than mansions and luxury cars. Imagine your life changing because you paid attention. This is why stories like this capture the imagination of millions. It is not just about money. It is about discovery. It is about history. It is about the thrill of finding something extraordinary in the most ordinary place. The 1976 no-mint Mark I France coin represents the ultimate treasure hunt. It reminds us that history is not always locked in museums. Sometimes it hides in plain sight. As time passes, the legend of this coin continues to grow. Some believe it will eventually surface publicly. Others believe it is already locked away in a private collection waiting for the right moment. Until that day, the mystery remains alive, so the next time you see an old French coin, do not ignore it. Do not assume it is worthless. Take a closer look. Because you never know. One small piece of metal could carry a story worth $20 million. And that story could begin with you.